Getting a bit of a delay here. Alright, looks like Xein started. And she started. Okay. So it's about 6 seconds behind.
Okay, so first trick we're gonna see both of them going for is called like a two skip. If you can long jump while only touching the very left edge of the bridge, you can actually skip like you just text trigger, and this saves around 8 seconds, I think.
Yeah, there's two tricky tricks right off the bat here. This game starts off really fast in every category in the game.
Yeah, so after they do that, we'll see if they get that. The first stage they're going to be going to is Bob-omb Battlefield. It's the only stage you can access with 0 stars.
Yeah. You can technically enter Dark World first, but that requires BLJs, and BLJs are not allowed in 70-star.
Yep.
Okay,
so it
looks like both runners got them.
And so they're going to be the fastest star they can get right off the bat is the Chain Chomp star, which they'll do a trick called Bomb Clip for it.
Right.
They're going to grab this bomb.
Is going for Island Hop.
Oh yeah, Island Hop's an option too.
Yeah, it's not a race-safe strat, so I don't blame them for not going for it at all.
Cheese might still go for it. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. No, he's not going for it. Okay, so they're going to use this one star to Xein having a bit of trouble with castle movement.
Yeah, so now they're going to the slide. It saves 1 second over what some people would do, and that's by doing the 2 slide stars right after Whomp's Fortress, but just a little bit faster.
I'm sorry, his name is Xein, isn't it? I keep getting that wrong.
Yeah, it's Xein. Oh, bonk. Okay, that's not a bad slide time.
It's not a bad slide time considering, I suppose. The biggest thing there is you want to make sure that you rebound correctly and get that shortcut. It makes getting the sub 21 second slide star very easy, on top of just being faster.
Yeah, I believe if you get a 15-second time, then it still equals out from doing the slide normally because of the star animation.
Yeah. Okay. So,
cheese.
Yeah, a trick's called Owlus. It's a pretty precise triple jump wall kick to get into that cage. It saves, I think, a couple seconds over taking the owl, which they would have to do later in the stage to get the owl to spawn the tree if they wanted to do that. Xein, very nice cannonless setup. That star, you're normally supposed to use the cannon to destroy that corner of the wall. Cheese doing his setup as well. I keep saying his name wrong. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, back then, cannonless used to be really hard to do, but now it's become really consistent for a lot of players.
Yeah, that setup, Sockfolder came up with that setup a few years ago, and it's very, very consistent. That trick used to be one of the most ridiculous things to go for in the run. Saves like 20 seconds or so over using the cannon, maybe 30. But it is just very precise.
A little bit of a rough start here for Cheese on 100 coins, but he's gonna pull through.
How is this setup different? My knowledge is a few years out of date, I'm sorry. I haven't really played this game since 2014.
So this is one of the few 100 coin stars that we do. There's really only 300 coin stars that we do in 70 star. Well, technically 2, depending on which route you do. 100 coins are usually really hard to optimize. They're very easy to lose a lot of time on.
Yeah, you mostly see the 100 coin stars in a 120 star run. And one of the big things in that run is optimizing your 100 coin stars. Those are some of the biggest sources of time loss.
Yeah.
But there are a few that are quick enough to do in 70.
Yeah, you're gonna see. Never mind. So now these guys are gonna go for the first 2 stars. They save these for last because the tower on the second star actually creates lag on N64. I remember when somebody showed me that trick where you can just ground pound right through the Whomp. I was really fascinated by it because I used to hate this boss with a passion as a kid.
Yeah, it's like when you're mid ground pound, you're kind of invulnerable to certain things going on. Not really sure. But it abuses a certain property of ground pounds. Oh. Xein. Is it Xein or Xein? I'm getting confused.
And now people are pronouncing it differently now. So.
I'm just gonna call him Xein because that's what I heard. But he missed that triple jump setup to get up the tower quickly.
Okay. One thing I like about Mario 64 is it doesn't really matter like which order of stars you do because you have to re-enter the levels anyway. So you tend to see runners like do different stars in different orders. Nice 12.6 for cheese.
Yeah, 12.6 is one of the fastest slide times you can get. I think you can just barely get to 12.5 without using a setup that wastes real time.
I've seen Benny get 12.3 before. I'm not sure if that's the fastest time you can get for slide, but it's really hard.
I think 12.3 was with this setup. But yeah, Cheese did a very, very good wing cap star. You're kind of supposed to collect these coins in starting from the top too, and then going in a circle around to the bottom.
Oh, you missed it.
But yeah, Xein missed the swoop. Xein?
That's not a
Xein.
It's not that big of a time loss.
It's not, as long as you recover from it properly. But yeah, you want to swoop towards the first pair on the bottom, and then use that momentum to bring you back up to the top.
Alright, they both got tech skip. So when you land on the switch, and then when you jump off the switch and get the star right before it hits the ground, or right before you hit the ground, then you skip a couple text boxes. It's just a little bit of time save. Another thing that you saw is they both went into Mario Cam after the slide star, because the light actually creates lag on N64.
Alright, so Cheese just did an insanely fast Dark World Red coin star. He got an early platform cycle that's called Shigeru cycle, because I think Shigeru was the Japanese runner that I guess developed the strat to be able to make that platform cycle.
So, having a problem on the Ferris wheel, but he got out of there.
Yeah, Xein had a bit of trouble. He didn't get the switch press right away. at the start of the level. So he's going to be a bit behind. He's going to be a few cycles behind, actually. So you have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, I believe it's like a few seconds for each cycle that you miss. So it's really important that you play Dark World really fast.
Yeah, I think it's 4 seconds.
All right, so now Cheese is coming, revisiting Bob-omb Battlefield. So this strat right here with the wing cap is more consistent than doing Island Hop. Island Hop is technically slower than doing this strat in game time. He missed it. Do you hear that?
Yes. This kind of begs the question. What's going on?
Anyway, so yeah, this strat is technically faster in game time, but the time save that comes from doing Island Hop, which you do in the beginning of the run, comes from not having to revisit Bob-omb Battlefield. But this strat's definitely more consistent.
Okay, Cheese going into CCM. He's gonna get 5 stars here. He's gonna go for the most difficult one, at least the way that he does it. This side flip into a wall kick for the wall kicks will work star. That's very dangerous. It's very easy to die on that. Now he's going for the regular side star.
Yeah, so much like Peach's secret slide, there is a strat here where you can skip the whole slide, just like that. This one's really easy.
Yep. So there are 2 stars in the slide. This first one that you just get for completing it. The second one, the Big Penguin Race, you need to do this one to unlock it. And you also have to do most of the slide normally, otherwise the penguin will call you a cheater.
You actually have to do all of the slide. You cannot actually jump off the slide or anything else. You can't. You can't do anything else to really make the penguin go faster.
Yeah. So because you have to do all of it, it's paired with the 100 coin star. There are 77 coins in the slide, I believe. Usually people end up going in with 24.
Yeah.
But you can get some safety coins, like there's a red coin you can pick up that'll give you 2 extra. So some people can go in with 26 for safety, but then you have to make sure that you skip some, so that you don't spawn the 100 coin star too far back on the slide. That will waste a lot of time.
Yeah, because you want the last you want your 100 coin to be the very last coin on the slide. Otherwise, then you have to back kick on the slide, and it wastes some time. There is actually a route in 70 Star where you pair 100 coins with the regular slide, but it's a really hard route because you do some harder stars to replace the penguin star.
Oh, I've never heard of that. That must be relatively new.
It's faster, but most people don't even do it at all.
Alright, so Cheese just skipping the 1 coin that he had extra, which is normally what you'll go in with 1 extra.
Yeah, and he waits there so that the penguin doesn't push him off as he's getting the star.
It looked like he was also kind of doing that to make sure the penguin wasn't like completely in front center of the screen, because I think that lags the game. I'm not really sure.
I think that might be it.
I think Xein got an extra red coin. I think, actually, I didn't pay attention.
He went for the 2 blue coins to make sure that he's extra safe, but that means he has to miss a lot of coins here.
Oh, yeah, okay. This is Yeah, this is a strat that you can do for consistency, but he does have to make sure he skips the correct number of coins here.
Yeah, this is what some people do to make sure that they are really safe here. Okay, he has to miss
Oh,
all
he
these
missed.
coins.
Oh, no, he's good. I can't count. My bad.
Oh, he has 99, so he has to go back. On the other hand, Cheese is now in Big Boost Haunts. We get 2 stars here, so this is one of the more faster levels in 70 star.
Okay, that sucked for Xein, but it could have been worse. It could have been worse if he missed coins earlier in the slide, or just not been able to get up to 100 at all, because that means you have to redo the slide. I don't really approve of the collecting the blue coins, because stuff like that can very easily happen from having too many coins.
Nice book list for Cheese. That's really easy to do. Yeah, there's a book puzzle that you normally have to solve in order to get that star, but we don't need that. Who likes reading?
Yeah, so BBH very, very quick in 70. Pretty much all the other stars, other than the ones that they're getting, are far too slow and involved. This category, you need to get stars that are basically as fast as possible. Good MIPS catch.
MIPS is actually faster in this version than in English. Alright, so we're gonna see Pillarless here, hopefully.
Yeah. Pillarless is a trick that uses some of the properties of bomb clip, but it actually uses it's a pretty difficult, risky setup.
Okay, he got it. I don't know how to describe how that works because I've never done it before.
I didn't get around to how the bomb works in the first bomb clip in Bob because that was pretty fast. But if you grab a bomb, throw it, and then like recatch it as it's inflating to explode, then depending on what size it inflated to, you'll start moving backwards at a certain speed. The larger the bomb is, the faster you'll move. And
yeah, and with that you can clip through any like thin wall in the game.
Your clipping actually happens because you get shoved backwards when you throw the bomb. So it's not really a direct result of the speed, but the speed helps you get where you're going. And you want... Oh.
Okay, he got it.
I missed MIPS, but okay. Is that near SSL that he cornered him?
Yes.
Okay.
So if MIPS gets away, then it's faster to get MIPS after Hazy Maze Cave. But thankfully, MIPS didn't get away from him that far. Okay, Cheese missed. Pillarless, so he's gonna go for a backup star.
Pillarless is a very, very difficult trick.
Also, I just want to let you guys know that the red coin star Cheese just did is the hardest red coin star in the game.
I don't believe you. I think you're incorrect on that.
I don't know, man. That slime puzzle.
Okay, Cheese has got the wing cap. He's going to be going for the red hot log rolling star. Just using it to triple jump and fly over that fence there.
Okay, Xein's not going for pillars now.
You also want to like clip the fence with the bottom of Mario's body to get out of your flight faster. It's faster than flying over it and ground pounding the star. So this is what Xein is doing or Xein was doing is the normal way to do the inside the ancient pyramid star.
Well, they want you to. Well, technically,
they want you to go through the whole thing, yeah, but
yeah.
It's a more conventional way. Far easier. Actually, there's another way to do it that the top runners used to do before pillarless was discovered. It was called shellless. He actually went and like jumped around the 4 pillars without using the shell, and it was a bit faster. But it's also very risky, very easy to die in the quicksand.
Oh, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, nobody really does shellless nowadays, because if you're doing a hard strat, you're just going to go for pillarless. Shellless isn't worth learning anymore.
So in Lethal Lava Land, we go for every single star except for the 100 coins, because every single star in Lethal Lava Land is actually really fast. Most of the stars here are really easy. Well, actually, every star here is really easy, but they're really easy to lose time at the same time.
Some of them are really easy to die to.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's making really, really quick work of Lethal Lava Land.
Xein got the red coin star out of the way. That's really difficult to do.
The last star Cheese is doing is the triple bully star. So he's gonna.
This one's fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. He's gonna try and knock all 3 of these little bullies into the lava at more or less the same time.
So he didn't get it, but if he did if he did do it correctly, then all 3 of them would fall in the lava and without him falling into the lava. And then with a well-timed ground pound, the big bully just falls down.
Xein actually chose to do that star quite a bit earlier, so they were closer to being synced. You can do most of these stars in any order you want, whatever's convenient. The 2 stars in the volcano it's pretty cool that you can do that, because there's a trick lava boost that you saw Cheese do for one of them that gets you to the top of the volcano. But if you miss it, you still have enough health to back up to doing the elevator tour star.
Nice Christmas miracle for Cheese.
Yep. Hazy Maze Cave. Ceilings are not really a thing.
Yeah, I believe the story behind it is no one knows how it works, so they just call it a Christmas miracle if you get it.
That may have been true at the time that it was found. It may have been just because of how rare it was to get at the time. You're supposed to use the metal cap to hit that switch, but there are several ways to do it. Without, actually, there might only be 2.
You can hug the wall and do a double jump kick, and it pushes you onto the switch, or you can do a pixel perfect ground pound. Those are other ways that I know of.
Oh yeah, those would be the 2 backup ways to hit that switch if you miss Christmas Miracle. But what you do for several stars in HMC, including the star you're supposed to have the mocap for, is getting over the wall in that main room. Either there, or you can do it in the elevator room with the side flip wall kick. But the fastest way to do that is to triple jump off the box.
Alright, so Cheese is ending Hazy Maze Cave with 34 stars. Most newer players usually go for 5 stars in Hazy Maze Cave. It's safer. It's so that you don't have to do a harder star later in TikTok Claw.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if Xein does the extra star in HMC. The extra star. Oh, he's going for it right now. Yeah. He tried to do a clip there. If you long jump directly at that corner, you can just completely clip through the wall there, and you just end up in the same room that he was just in, where the elevator was. But you get to skip the elevator ride, which saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool strats in Hazy Maze Cave where you can just go through a bunch of things because this game makes so much sense.
But yeah, so if you do this this star, the Toxic Maze star, oh, that's a shame. He missed the triple jump wall kick off the elevator. Now he has to wait for it to come back down. That's kind of risky, a little bit.
In 120 star, there's a strat for this star where you BLJ off of this moving platform in order to clip through that wall to get that star. But this is 70 star, and that's not allowed.
In 120, you actually BLJ off that elevator to grab the 8 coins behind there for the 100 coin star. But yeah, so Toxic Maze, if you do it, it's the longest star in 70 star. It replaces TikTok Clock 100 coin star for people who are not confident enough to do that star quickly, because it's a very difficult star.
Yeah, if you if you can't beat TikTok Clock 100 coins in under 70 seconds, then it's not faster to do 100 coins. Instead, you have to do the Toxic Maze star.
Cheese is streaming this on an alt account, and he does not have the timer up, so we're just going off of Xein's timer.
Yeah. So, in Didar Docks, you're gonna see both these runners move the camera all over in weird places, and that's because you don't want to look at the vortex or the submarine because that lags a lot.
Yep. The first star in Dardar Docks, the sub-star, it moves the level back. So you don't want to do it first, but you do have to complete that star to both access Fire Sea and get the Manta Ray to spawn.
Yeah, and you can do Manta Ray before or after Fire Sea, and it makes no difference.
Yeah, I believe that's preference.
I think most people just prefer to do Manta Star before Fire Sea so that they don't have to revisit Didar Docks later.
Yeah, I kind of like grouping all 3 DDD stars together. Okay, Cheese going into Fire Sea, and if you're very fast, you can get what's called early LAs, the elevator cycle near the end of the level. It's something you want to... I didn't approach this as well. You want to move fast enough that you'll make an earlier cycle, but he had some hang-ups earlier that prevented it from doing so.
Yeah, so now he has to wait for this red coin, as well as the next area of Fire Sea.
Alright, he's still, like, because he had to wait an extra cycle, he's still able to do the long jump off the top of that ramp there to wall kick off the structures above.
I just want to mention that the star that Xein just got is 1 out of 3 hardest stars in the game.
Okay, Cheese is doing the Bowser into Fire Sea throw.
Okay, nice. If you miss this, you lose a lot of time.
Yeah, this is the most costly one to miss for sure. It's the throw I get most nervous for, I think.
Yeah, when Bowser jumps, then then you just saw in the beginning the battlefield just tilts all over the place.
Alright, Xein just finished up the first star that you do in Dardar Docks in this route. The chests in the current. You have to hit them in a specific order, or the chests shock you and they reset, I think.
Alright, so now we're on to the upstairs levels, which is, in my opinion, is where in most SM64 categories the runs gets a little bit more interesting. So he's doing wet dry roll first. He's doing this really precise triple jump to get up to these elevators, and then he's gonna do something called fast elevators, where he doesn't have to use the elevators to grab the star. He got it.
That was really nicely done. That triple jump wall kick is really difficult. I think it's really hard to get a triple jump to go off properly on that ramp, and then have it so that you have an angle that will actually wall kick off the cage. And doing it again for the top of the town star.
Yeah, if you miss this, not only like the game just lags. If you fall off the submarine, the game just lags so much. There's actually a faster strat for where you just jump on the front of the submarine instead of the back, but that's really hard to do.
Yeah, it doesn't save a huge amount of time either. But yeah, he had some trouble getting up there. He actually got stuck underneath the back wing of the tail of the submarine or something.
Alright, so now we're seeing 100 coins for cheese. So we do 100 coins with the secret star. In 120 star, you do it with the red coin star, which is on the other side of the level. But we don't get to see what the other side of the level looks like. So we just pair with this one.
Pairing it with this is almost as fast, anyways.
Yeah, it's also much safer because, like, well, usually like you'd see beginner 120 runners pair with this star because it's definitely much easier.
Oh wow, he just missed that that little what do you call it, midair kick to the coin shelf. So like there's a variety of things that the B button will do in this game if you're in the air, and it pretty much depends on your speed, and it depends on either your speed or whether you fell off a ledge or jumped off it. If you jump off a ledge, then pressing B will either do a kick if your speed is low enough, or it'll do a dive if your speed is high enough. So to get yourself to do a kick when you don't want to actually dive, when you want like the little bit of extra height, you sometimes have to hold back on the control stick to reduce your speed so that you get a kick and not a dive. So that's what he tried to do there, and his speed was too low, or he did it at the wrong time to be able to get on the ledge.
I think it wasn't enough momentum.
Yeah, this comes up a lot. The midair kick thing took a lot of time for me to understand when I picked up this game.
So Tiny Huge Island is personally my favorite level in the game. I really like the unique concept of going from big island to small island. But it's really fast in 70 star.
Yep. So he did a really hard strat for the secret star in THI. One of the things he did there was used a dive to clip through the mountain, and you'll see more of this in Tall Tall Mountain. But if you enter a body of water from the side, you get warped to the top instantly.
So you just...
That's what he did there. Oh, and he tried to do it again. It's a little bit faster when you're going for the I forget what this star is called.
Top of the island.
Something like that. It's a little bit faster to do here as well. But he missed it.
So you might have briefly saw, but Xein just did a really cool thing on Bowser. If you actually this works in the Japanese version only, but if you like go in the first-person view while you're on the key, then Mario just looks at a different direction during the key animation.
Oh, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, it looks really funny. Also, the water level in Wet Dry World depends on how high or low you enter the level. I used to think that was random before I started speedrunning this game. I'm pretty sure that's the case for a lot of people when they start out running this game.
Yeah, you can set the water level initially to either low, medium, or high. Medium is only used for the top of the town star. The rest of them you need to start out low. You need to start out low for the elevator star because you won't be able to break the box otherwise.
Yeah.
Cheese getting breezeless. That's a pretty precise. It's a pretty precise, precisely positioned wall kick into. I don't even remember how it works.
No, I don't know how it works. I think it's a pixel perfect triple jump and ground pound, or triple jump, wall kick, and a ground pound.
Oh wow!
I think. I don't know. I could be wrong about that.
He's just completely beasting the top of the mountain stars. There's one star just up top, and then there's one behind that waterfall, and you pretty much go to them in more or less the same way. You saw the mountain clip.
Yeah, this is a really cool trick. There's a lot of really cool tricks in Tall Mountain that makes it really fast.
So you can do a normal dive into that wall, or you can do what he's doing, which is faster, which is a jump dive all the way over to the right. So there are two bodies of water there. One's the lower one, and the other one is the higher one, where the that has the waterfall, and it's where one of the monkeys is. And what he's actually doing is he's doing the jump dive for the clip, so that his jump dive actually gets him all the way over to the higher body of water to teleport him to the top, rather than having to swim there from the lower one.
Nice box jump. Yeah, you normally need a cannon to get that lonely mushroom star, but with a box jump, I don't know how it looks really precise. I don't know if it's really as precise as it looks, but
it's quite lenient actually.
Okay.
But you do have to you have to know what you're doing, but it's not very difficult.
Yeah, there's a few other ways to go about with it without using the cannon. You could use a fly guy and fly all the way to the star, or you could do the strat where you can long jump off the rolling log.
That movement for those red coins is insane. Sorry to cut you off.
Nah, it's cool. So now we're in Snowman's land. There's a bunch of really fast stars. We get all the stars here except for the igloo star. Well, we can't get the igloo star because we don't have the vanish cap at all. That's a really nice strat right there.
Yeah, that strat's pretty difficult. It's much easier to get up top there with the side flip wall kick into the wall of the mountain. But you can also do like a slide jump and then wall kick off the... I don't even know how to describe it, really.
Yeah, normally you have to like walk on this ice, and the snowman is blowing you off, while at the same time trying to use the penguin to shield yourself from the snowman's breath.
This game is like one of the things that makes it such a great speed game is how it rewards really cool looking and really difficult strategies. But there are safer alternatives, but the ones that went out are just really really impressive to watch.
Yeah, you like when you watch a runner, like when you watch like two runners both side by side like this, like you could see, like it's very easy to tell like every runner has their own preferred method of consistency in terms of strats.
Yeah, so Xein just did a slower, easier route for the THI secrets. you get the secrets in a different order, and you're able to use the tree to help you get on top of the mountain, and it's easier than having to deal with a lot of the slopes in the stage to go the other
This
route.
is my favorite strat in Snowman's Land. And he's gone.
That was called the Psycho Crusher back when I played this game. I'm not sure if people still call it that.
Oh, I did not know there was a name for that, actually.
But yeah, if you notice the strats that Xein's doing in TTM, most of them are quite a bit safer. Like, he didn't go for the log kick, where you long jump at the log and wall kick off it. It's like incredibly easy to fall doing some of this stuff.
Alright, so now we're on to the upstairs level, well, the top of the floor levels, which are the hardest levels in the run. Also very nerve-wracking, especially if you're on a good run. So that was Lakitu Bounce, where you manipulate the Lakitu's movements to make it so that when you do your triple jump wall kick, you land on the Lakitu so that you get on that slope, so you can grab that pole. And then the rest is getting up to the cruiser star.
Yeah, it's very easy to slip off that slanted board too when you're trying to grab the pole. And even if you grab the pole, it's pretty easy for the game to kick you off of it. Left side tricky triangles. Wow, nice job.
Very nice.
But yeah, the top two stages on the top floor, they're full of ridiculous movement, ridiculous strats that are very, very easy to die on. Even if you do safer strats, take it slow, it's still quite easy to die.
This level in general is easy to die.
Yeah, like no one is safe from these levels.
Yeah. And these strats save a lot of time over the intentional path. Like, this is the longest level, like, if you, like, casually, because you're normally supposed to ride on a bunch of carpets to get to where you need to go.
Yeah, that triple jump wall kick onto the cog that they do at the start of Rainbow Ride, that's pretty much, like, you're starting out running the game. There's a lot of stuff that you can kind of let slide. You can do some easier things that you won't die quite as much.
You can jump right there and grab the pole that you just passed by, which is an alternative without having to do that triple jump wall kick.
Yeah, but Rainbow Ride's one of the stages where it costs you the most time, I would say, to do safe strats like that.
Yeah. Alright, so he's done with Rainbow Ride. All four of those stars were really nicely performed. And now he's going for his last Toad star here, and then now he's going to get every single star in Tick-Tock Clock. And it's a really fast-paced level. This is actually the most popular. Tick-Tock Clock is the most popular world to watch as a speedrun.
Okay, so he's going for the 100 coin right off the bat.
Oh man, this is gonna go by really fast. So, oh man, do you know how to describe exactly what he's doing?
I've given up, honestly. I think I'll just let it speak for itself. But if you do Tick-Tock Clock 100 coins well, I think he can save 10 to 15 seconds over getting HMC Toxic Maze Star.
Yeah, and like I said, as you can see, this is really hard. So, to most people, you definitely want to do Toxic Maze instead of this if you can't do it as fast as this. That was very good. Alright, so now all that's left is getting up to the Whomp star. Oh, okay.
Oh, recovered from that nicely. You want to wall kick off the edge of that platform, not grab it, I believe. You just do wall kicks all the way up to the star.
Yeah, so there are many different ways that the objects move in this level, depending on what time you enter the level. So you entered the level at 7 o'clock, so the level, I believe the level, it's the moving platforms, they either go fast, medium, or slow, depending on what time you enter the level. I don't know what 7 o'clock is. I think it's like just normal speed.
I think the way it works is if you're between 12 and 6, then the platforms, then everything in the stage moves slowly. If you're between 6 and 12, then it's fast. And if you go in at 12 exactly, then it's time stopped, which you do want to do for a couple stars. It takes a few seconds of waiting to do that. And some people do it unnecessarily just for safety as well.
Yeah,
the 6, you never want to go in the 6 because that's everything's random speed and it's not synchronized either. So like every individual thing in the level is a random speed.
Yeah, I refuse to learn strats in TikTok Clock that require moving platforms, so I just do all the stars here with time stop.
Yeah, so the strat he did just there, where he triple jump wall kicked onto the rotating platforms and managed to actually like jump up them without losing momentum. That requires the fast moving platforms. And it saves a few seconds over the other ways that you would get up.
Also, there are invisible walls everywhere in TikTok Clock, so you want to be very careful around those.
Xein's going for one of the trickier strats in Rainbow Ride where I don't know if it has a name, but it's like the pendulum jump, I guess.
Star's called Swinging the Breeze, but
yeah,
that's pretty hard.
Yeah, you have to make sure you're on the correct part of that cycle for that, I think. Otherwise, you can fall and die really easily.
All right, so Cheese now has 70 stars, and he's going to Bowser in the Sky.
It's like it's. I have to actually decide like what I want to talk about in this because 70 stars is so fast paced. Everything just goes by really fast, especially with like Cheese has had quite a good run so far. Very, very few mistakes. I think he had
he had some early mistakes in the beginning. Yeah. Other than that, this was a really good run.
And Xein's doing really well too.
This might actually be a high 48 if Cheese plays the rest of this really well.
Yep. So, because the rule set of 70 stars, no major skips. You can't do things that would skip star doors. Like you can't do backwards long jump to clip through doors. You can't use Nips clip. You go to Bowser in the Sky with 70, so you can't get the red coin star in here as part of the rules. So it's just a race to the finish in here.
Yeah, this has been a really good run for Cheese. I'm really impressed by this. Uh-oh.
Xein's having a pretty good run too, I think.
Yeah, both runners here are doing really good.
But he's done pretty well himself.
Was that his first death for Xein?
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. He's doing the final 3 Bowser throws. These can get really stressful, especially the third one.
Yeah, especially on a big run.
Yeah, you lose like maybe 10-15 seconds if you miss a throw. But he's got all 3 of them down nicely.
Yeah, I remember like I used to watch back when I used to watch Cheese on his 139 grind. Like he had a PB where he missed a bunch of throws that came into 139 pace, and he ended up in 140.10.
All right. So Cheese finishes in first place with a time of 49.18, and
that's really good. That's an SRL PB.
Yeah, he actually got a race PB by 7 seconds. I would guess
that don't know if that's the best time on SRL.
I don't think it is.
I think, does Puncation have a better one on SRL?
It's easy to check.
I know Punkation has a better 120. Oh, D whatever. Okay.
D whatever has a 48:51 on SRL. These are just race times.
Yeah, that's a really good rate. Yeah, those are really good times for races.
I would venture a guess that Cheese hasn't raced on SRL too much in the past little while, and that his race PB might be slightly out of date.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Just a point of interest.
So yeah, good run for Cheese, and now Xein is just got his first star here in TikTok Clock. Stomp on the flop without 100 coins. This is what it looks like without 100 coins. It's definitely much easier because you don't have to get the coins.
I'm asking Cheese if he wants to hop in for an interview.
Oh, he missed that.
So he hasn't responded yet. But yeah, so this Group A is kind of special. I think Group A and B both only have 3 entrants instead of 4. So each person in them only has to do 2 races. And the top 2 advance to the bracket. So
Yo, what's up, Cheese?
Hi.
Yeah, how do you feel about your run?
Good.
Good.
It was great.
and the top 2 advance to the bracket. So.
I loved
Do you
it.
mean that?
It was fun. Yes, I do. Of course I do.
Okay,
And
just
the top
checking.
2 advance to
I mean, I'm
the
mad I
bracket.
didn't beat Betty.
Yo, what's up, Cheese?
Alright.
How do you feel about your run?
I think
Good.
we could be heard on the restream, and that's why I just muted it for myself. But
Okay.
yeah, so so it looked like your early game was a little bit okay, just checking, a little bit shaky, but you recovered pretty quickly and didn't have too many mistakes from there on.
Yeah, I can't remember my mistakes.
I think we could be heard on the restream.
Well, it was just a
so I
solid
just
run
muted it for
throughout.
myself,
I didn't make
but-
much mistakes. It
Yeah,
was just
so,
like lots of small ones. No big
So it looked
mistakes.
like your early game was a little bit, yeah,
Fire C, I lost like 30 seconds or like 20, but
a
that
little
was
bit
probably the
shaky.
biggest one.
but you recovered pretty quickly and didn't have too many
I can
mistakes.
hear us on your end.
Yeah, 1 second. Everything is kind of
Okay.
delayed.
I just muted the restream and that fixed most of it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you still hear yourself, M-Chan?
I don't. Yeah, I don't hear anything.
But yeah, congrats on the win.
Thanks, Dad. Alright, so
I just
I have,
muted
what,
the
2 more
restream and that
races?
fixed. You actually only have 1 more because I was just talking about this before you came in here, but you're in one of the 2 groups that only has 3 people in it, so you guys only need to do 2 races each.
Aww.
And,
Aw.
well, it's kind of like, I think it's kind of like a sort of like you get a bye because you're one of the top 2 seeds. It's sort of like getting a bye in bracket.
Okay, makes sense.
But yeah, so your group will only have 1 person that won't be making it through the bracket.
That makes sense.
So is there anything
What is
else you want to
Xein
say about your run? He has a 55. That's his PB, like a 55 something.
Because if it's a high 55, he can still PB in this run if he has a perfect sky.
He's had a pretty decent run. I saw
Yeah.
him die in Rainbow Ride. I saw a few hang-ups here and there, but nothing super major.
Right. Alminster.
So what's up?
He used to
Yeah.
play Mario in 2014 when I started playing.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't really seen you in like years. I mean, I see you stream still, but like, yeah, I mean, you haven't played Mario at all, really.
No, I haven't. I'm not too interested in it anymore. But the tournament, I felt was like a good excuse to try and come back to it a little.
Yeah, tournaments are great. I think they're probably the best way to keep the community alive for everyone and not just like the top players.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things about it is like everyone gets featured, everyone gets their time to shine. I mean, the better players are more likely to move on to the end, but get more experience with the game.
Xein could have PB'd, but he just screwed it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a tournament match yesterday. I pull off everything really well. It's just minor mistakes everywhere. It cost me being 9 seconds off my PB, but it was all. I had fun.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
So close to his PB. Okay, so he's not done.
Exactly. Dang.
56:01 on SRL is the official time we're going by, but
yeah,
SRL takes like an extra second.
And that's sad. Could have pal bellied.
Yeah, he's showing us his splits. He definitely could have PB'd if he didn't miss that first throw.
Rip and pepperoni.
I like his end split name, Chokaway54. It's so true with this game.
Look at his splits.
Yeah, we've all had moments where we took away our PBs at the end. It's definitely not uncommon.
Right.
So I'm gonna see if we can get him in here to talk about his run and what's on his mind.
So do you have any future plans for improving your 70-star PB, Cheese?
Yeah, I think I do. I think 70-star needs to be beaten again. It's been like a year and no one wants to beat it, so I guess I gotta step up and beat it again. Or try to, at least.
Not even Punkation's up for it?
No, he doesn't care. He wants to get 120.
I feel like records that are like so close to being under the minute mark, like it's a 47:56. I feel like a lot of the time when people get those, like their goal is just to get under that minute mark, and then that's why they stopped because they got under it. They got their goal, but it's like there might still be more time that can come off.
But things have improved since then, so I think it should be beaten.
Yeah.
So he hasn't responded, but I see him in chat.
So is it Xein or Xein? That's the real question.
I heard bird both ways, so...
I'm pretty sure it's Xein. I mean, it's a German word, and EI, you pronounce it like I, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. See, I thought it was Xein at first, and then M-Chan told me it was Zane, so I started calling him Zane, and then the chat got really mad at me.
See, when I first met him, he didn't mind that I called him Zane.
Well, he didn't mind. Maybe he just didn't feel like correcting you. It doesn't mean it's correct.
Yeah.
Xein.
Now chat's mad at me. Thanks a lot.
I'll be back in 1 second.
All right. I like listening to this credits theme.
It's very satisfying after a completed run to listen to this.
Yeah. It looks really cool in the DS version because like you actually get to see the cake being made during the credits while you're seeing all these levels as well.
All right, so I'm gonna check out what's coming up on Speed Gaming. So in
there's
half,
a race at
uh,
8 p.m. PST later tonight with Falair and Gomble, I believe.
yeah, yep. So that's at 11 Eastern, and I think last I saw 7:30 p.m. Eastern. There's a race between Darrow25 and Upran. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Let me see. Okay, so the 7:30 race between Darrow
Zane's
and
here.
Upran. Oh,
Hi, Zane.
Hey,
Is it
I was so
pronounced
nervous.
Yeah, that's tournament races for you. You can
And
never
even
come
face
into you can never come into a marathon run like without like that much pressure coming into these.
Zane? Is it Zane or Zine?
It's Zion.
Of course, I knew it.
All right, how do you feel about your run?
I'm pretty happy with it. I fell down in TTC and died in the Rambo ride, so PB is pretty much free.
Yeah, I mean, PBs are always kind of free when you have like around 55, 56. Like once you just do finish runs, you should be able to PB pretty easily. And don't die
Yeah.
10,000 times.
Yeah.
yeah. I think it was a pretty decent race by both of you. Yeah, both pretty similarly close to your own potentials, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
Yeah.
major mistakes for both of you guys, which is really good, which is what we like to see during runs. So how do you two prepare for runs like these where you have like where you're gonna have like different people watching you and your mindset might be a little bit different. So how do you prepare for those?
Well, I mean, I'm used to it now from doing tons of races a million times and playing at GDQs, etc.
Yeah, me too. I'm practicing a lot, and I'm doing races a lot with friends.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah.
I think races are good because they force you to like play through the whole game, make sure your late game isn't rusty, and if you're doing them with friends, like it's a lot easier to have fun doing them, have fun spending time with the game.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like a really important thing, I feel, is if you're not having fun, it becomes a lot harder to spend the time with the game you need to.
Yeah, that's what I like about doing races. Like you don't have to reset over bad stuff. You just keep going and hope for the best.
But yeah, anything else either of you want to add?
What got you both doing the tournament?
Well, because I missed all the other ones and I thought they looked like fun, so I was like, I told Gothic Logic, hey, just message me when there's another tournament going on. So he sent me the link and I just joined. It looks like fun. Looks like a nice way to, do races and have fun without just, grinding runs all the time.
Yeah. All right. What about Zane or Zine?
This
God
is my
damn it.
second tournament already. In the first one I raced against Butterlord, and in this one I raced against Cheese. Well, it's pretty fun both times.
So who's the other person in our group? Is it J-Mill?
Let me look at the bracket.
I think it's J-Mill.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Millennium.
Millennium. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
That's
That's
the
interesting.
RPG runner.
Yeah. He dabbles in a lot of games actually. He joined a whole bunch of tournaments for various games
What's his
last
PB?
year.
I don't know. I think it's near. Yeah, I think it's near Zine's PB.
It's 56-14.
Oh, damn, that'll be a good race.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
I hope
Yeah, but-
PBs.
Yeah.
that's actually crazy because
Yeah. Milton.
you don't usually see two PBs that are so close to each other in group stage.
Right.
Yeah. Millennium is a really good speedrunner on all of his games that he runs, so definitely looking forward to seeing him play in this tournament. You know, he's
Sick.
good.
Yeah, I want to shout him out actually for joining the Super Metroid Any Percent tournament in 2016 because, or was it? It might have been 20. Yeah, it was 2016. But he joined a whole bunch of tournaments that year. I think he joined the FF4 Paladin Percent tournament as well. But like
Yeah,
he just
joined A Link to the Past.
he just kind of diving right in there, trying things out, not being afraid. So that's really cool to see. But he's done a decent amount of work on this game, so we'll see how that future race goes down.
Yeah.
Alright, boys. Well, that was fun. Next race will be
Yeah.
June, I'm guessing.
Next race is when?
I don't know. I could.
The next race on the schedule is at 7:30 p.m. between Darrow and Uprun.
Okay,
And I'm actually not sure what channel that's going to be on. There's an 11 p.m. between Gombo and Falaire, and I don't know what channel that's going to be on either. There's a lot of stuff going on today in other games. We've got the Link to the Past daily randomizer races. One's happening at 2 p.m. and I think that one is I forget which one that is. I think it's open mode. There's a tournament race for Link to the Past randomizer at 3 on Speed Gaming 1. 6 p.m. There are Odyssey races going on both 1 and 2. It's Mega Man 1 later, lots of stuff. Yeah, stay tuned, follow the 4 Speed Gaming channels. Follow the runners, cheese05 and Xein64. Putting on a good show today. Xein, I'm sorry.
Zion.
This is all M-Chan's fault. And follow my co-commentator M-Chan, who runs a wide variety of games as well.
Yeah.
I will see y'all guys in the next race.
Alright,
Yeah.
see ya.
Good luck to everybody.
Love you. Goodbye.
Bye.